Today we are starting with inequalities. What I want you to do in your composition book is I want you to take the top where you have a line for your paper here. Okay? Where you have a line right here, I want you to take your pencil and just draw a line straight down the middle. All the way down the middle of your paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. At the top, this heading right here is going to be called equations. This heading over here is called inequality. Okay, does everybody have that? All right. The first one I want you to write underneath the heading of equations, this one right here. So here's my paper, divide it in half. So this is on my equation side. It's an equation. Okay, write this down. 2x plus 4 equals 24. 2x plus 4 equals 24. Okay, what is the first step to solving this equation? What would I do first over here to solve this? After I draw my T, what would I do first? Start with the constant, which is? Add 4. What's the opposite? So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So you're doing this with me in your composition book. So subtract 4 from both sides. Now what happens to add 4, subtract 4? Okay, these give us 0. Okay, 24 positives and 4 negatives gives us, we get 20. Okay, bring down the equal sign. It's equal to 2x. All right, now what will I do? Divide both sides by 2. Okay, that gives us 1x is equal to, what's 20 divided by 2? 10. We get x equals 10. Easy? That's what we've been doing, right? Okay, now let me show you what inequality looks like. What's the difference? This one doesn't have an equal sign. There's something else right there, right? We solve it the same way, except we have this symbol. It's called an inequality symbol. So let's solve it. You ready? So write this down under the inequality heading on your paper. Okay, you have it written down? Okay, let's draw our T. All right, where do I start? Okay, what's the opposite? Subtract 4. Subtract 4. These 4s. Okay, 24, take away 4. Gives us 20. This time, instead of the equal sign, we bring down the inequality symbol, and we get 2x. Okay, now what do I do? Divide both sides by 2, and we get x is greater than or equal to 10. Any questions? Easy?
Yeah.
We solve it the same way. Now, of course, it doesn't mean the same thing. This means x has to be 10. This means x can be any number greater than or equal to 10. So for an equation, I want you to come over here and write this. We have one answer. You get one answer. For an equality, you get many answers. I want you to write this underneath this. So x greater than or equal to 10. Here's how we say this. Instead of x, this is how we say this. All numbers that are greater than or equal to 10 will work for this equation. All numbers that are greater than or equal to 10 will work. Give me some numbers that are greater than 10. 11, 12, so 11 will work, 12 will work, 13 will work, 14 will work, 15 will work, and so forth. 100 will work, 200 will work, 1,000 will work. That means I can plug any of these in place of this x, and it will be true. So let's choose one. Let's choose 10. I'm going to put 10 in place of x. It was 2x plus 4 equals 24. So 2, and we're going to choose 10 in place of x, plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. All right, so what's 2 times 10? Plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. What's 20 plus 4?
24.
Is 24 greater than or equal to 24?
Yes.
Which one is it? Yep, so it works. Let's try 11. 2 times 11 plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. What's 2 times 11?
22.
22 plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. 22 plus 4. 26 is greater than or equal to 24. Is that true? Is 26 greater than 24? Yep, so it works. So is there more than one answer? 10 works, 11 works, 12 will work, 13 will work, 14 will work. Anything that's bigger than 10 will work in place of x. So an inequality has many answers. An equation has one answer. Understand that? Easy? And we solve them the same, okay? Right, on your paper, I want you to write down these 5 symbols. I want you to do it just like this. Symbol with a T, description, just like it is on the screen. Draw that into your composition book. You don't have to take up a whole page to do it. Put that in your composition book. And do you see where it says description right here? I want you to draw another. I want you to put graph. Another column and put graph. Okay, we ready? All right, this first symbol. How would you say this? What symbol is this? Yep, so in the description, we're going to write less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. What about this symbol? Oh, got to graph. For less than or equal to, if you see this symbol and you have to graph it, it's going to be a closed dot. So draw a closed circle, closed dot. That'll make more sense in just a second. Have the next one. And that's not equals to, has a line through it. What do you think that means? Not equal to. That's why it has the line through it. And there's no symbol for a graph for that one. Just put nothing. Okay, next one. What's this symbol? Greater than. And the symbol for this one's going to be an open dot. No, just an open O. Okay, the next symbol. What's this one? Greater than or equal to. Good. Or equal to. Guess what symbol it gets on the graph? Open or closed dot? Closed. Anytime it has this little line under it, so that little line, the equal to line, it's a closed dot. If it's just a plain Pac-Man, I call them Pac-Man symbols, it's an open dot. Okay? And this last symbol. Yep, less than. And it's going to have what kind of dot? Open. It's going to be an open. Has to have or equal to be closed. You can think of it as a man with a mustache under his nose. Okay? It has a mustache under his nose. It gets a closed dot. If it's no mustache and just the nose, I call this a Rudolph nose too. Okay? If it's just the nose, it's an open dot. If it has a mustache, it's a closed dot. Okay? Like Coach Patrick's. That beard and that mustache. Good Lord help us. All right. You can comment. All right, are we good? Yes? Any questions? Okay, so now let's go back to solving some. All right, let's solve another one. So, on your paper, underneath the equation side, you're going to write 7x plus 7 is equal to negative 56. That's underneath the equation side. All right, we ready? Ready to start? Okay, where do I start with this one? Minus what? Okay. And my 7? Okay, 56 negatives and 7 more negatives gives us same signs or different signs. Add or subtract. And what do you get? Negative 63 is correct. Is equal to 7x. Okay, next step.
Divide by 7.
We're going to divide by 7 on both sides. X equals negative 9. Good job. Equation, we get one answer. Now let's go over to the inequality. So 7x plus 7. Yes, cross out the negative. I don't want it to be negative yet. Is less than or equal to negative 56. 7x plus 7 is less than or equal to negative 56. All right, let's solve it. What's the opposite of add 7? So we subtract 7. Our 7 cancel. 56 negatives and 7 negatives gives us negative 63. We bring out our symbol and we get 7x. Divide by 7. Divide by 7 and we get x. Less than or equal to. Okay, how would I read this? Instead of saying x, I would say. Yep, all numbers, that's right, that are not greater than equal to what? Negative 9. Okay, any questions? Okay, go down here beneath this one, and I want you to draw a little number line down here. We're going to actually shade or graph this inequality. Okay? All right, let's go here and put 0. Let's just skip some space and go over here and put negative 9. All numbers that are less than or equal to negative 9. All right. Does it have a beard or a mustache? Yes. So what kind of dot? Okay. So take your pencil, do a closed dot on negative 9. Do you see the nose? I call this Rudolph's nose. It's shining. It's pointing to the left. So we're going to shade in the direction of the point. So you're going to shade the number line in the direction of the point. And there's your graph of the inequality. That means the answers could be, now I'm going to get you to give me the answers. The answers could be negative 10, negative 11, negative 12, negative 13, negative 14, negative 15, negative 16, negative 17, negative 18, negative 19, negative 20, negative 21, negative 22, negative 23, negative 24, and keep going. All of these could be possible answers that we could plug in place of x and it would work. Everything you shade could be a possible answer, including negative 9. That's why it's closed. That means negative 9 could also be an answer. Does that make sense? So you're shading the answer. You're graphing the answer. Okay? Easy? All right, now, I want you to go to your paper, and we're going to do this again. So this time we're going to have it as negative. Negative 7x. So write this one down again. Negative 7x plus 7 is equal to negative 56. on the equation side. You ready? All right, minus 7, they go away. We get negative 63 is equal to negative 7x. Now what do I do? Do what? Divide by what? Divide by negative 7. And x equals, okay, now let's go to inequality. Ready? Minus 7, minus 7. These cancel. And we get negative 63. Bring down our symbol. Negative 7x. In an inequality, anytime you have a negative with the variable, see how the negative is with the variable? Yes? The negative is with the variable. You're going to flip the symbol. So I want you to write that down. Go to a new clean piece of paper. I want you to put tips. In an inequality, anytime you see a negative with the variable, you must flip inequality symbol. I'm going to add more to this page in just a minute. That's why I asked you to use a clean sheet. I'm going to have some more tips to put on here in just a second. Okay, do you have all that written down? Okay, so here we go. All right, see this symbol? We're going to flip it now. So we got to flip it. We're going to flip it. You got to flip it. Because we're going to divide by negative 7. So we get x and we get 9. Any questions? Go back to your tips. Put multiply or divide by a negative. That's when you're going to flip it. Any questions? Okay, did y'all get that down? What kind of dot? Open or close? Close. Good. Will be all numbers. What? All numbers. Greater than. Nope. Missed something. Greater than. No, it's not or less than. Or equal to 9. All numbers greater than or equal to 9 work. Give me some numbers that would work for this solution. 10, 11, 12. Would 9 work?
Yes.
13, 14, 15. Okay, good. Let's do another one. All right, we're not going to worry about solving the equation. Let's just go straight to the inequality. Now that you see how it's the same steps. All right, write this down. Negative 11x minus 4 is greater than negative 15. Is there a negative with the variable? Yes? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So are we going to have to flip?
Yes.
So we're going to make ourselves a note. That's what I always ask myself first. I make myself a note. Flip symbol. Well, I can remember at the end I got to flip it. Okay? All right, let's start solving it. So let's draw our T. Start solving our 2-step. And what's the opposite of subtract 4? Add 4. Add 4. Okay? 15 negatives and 4 positives gives us what? Negative 11. Bring down our symbol. We bring down negative 11x. Okay? What's going to happen to our symbol? We have to flip it. Right? What do I divide both sides by to finish solving this? Huh? No, not 11. Nope. The number stays the same. It's the operation that we change. What goes under here? Negative 11. And we get x is less than, what's negative 11 divided by negative 11? 1. All numbers less than, where's our equal to at? There's no mustache. It's just all numbers that are less than. Would 1 work? It would? Is 1 less than 1? Huh? 1 would not work. The only way 1 would work is if it had the mustache. No, 1 will not work. It has to be smaller than 1. Any number smaller than 1. So what would that be? Give me an example. 0, -1, -2. Let's shade it. Draw you a number line down here. So 0, and we have 1. Open or closed? It's going to be open. So do an open circle. Rudolph's nose is pointing to the, so we shade to the, so these are all your numbers that could work in the answer. 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. 1 will not work. That's why I have the open circle. Any questions? Easy or confusing? Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's go here. Write the equation down. m/3 minus 3 equals -6. Put it on the equation side. We're going to solve the equation before we solve the inequality. Okay? And what's the opposite? Where do we start? What's the opposite of subtract 3? So we're going to add 3. Add 3. And these do what? Cancel. 6 negatives and 3 positives gives us -3 is equal to m/3. Now what do I do? Well, multiply both sides by what? 3. Cross out. I get m is equal to -9. Any questions? Okay, let's go to the inequality. Is there a negative sign with our variable?
No.
Nope. So don't have to worry about flipping our sign. We're good. All right, let's go here. This negative sign is with the 3. That's not with our variable. For it to be with the variable, it has to be over here with it, in front of it, okay? All right, so what's the opposite of subtract 3? We did add 3. Add 3. These cancel. And we got -3 here. Bring down our symbol. And we have m/3. We'll multiply both sides by 3. And we get m is less than or equal to -9. Easy? Okay, let's try this one. This time you solve it without me. Any negative signs with the variable on this inequality? Huh? Nope. All right, go. You solve it without me. Okay. Tell me where you started. 4. Okay. And you did. So subtract 4. Subtract 4. Okay. And you get what here? 2. Bring down the symbol. And over 3. Okay, now what? Multiply by 3. And you get n is less than, not 9, 1. Multiply 6. So any number that is smaller than any number smaller than what? Give me some numbers that are smaller than 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. So when we go to shade that, we have to shade those numbers. That's why when we go to shade it, when we go to shade, Rudolph's nose is pointing to the left, so we go here, open or close.
Open.
Because it does not include 6. 6 is not smaller than 6. So we're going to shade 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, and so forth. Those are numbers that are smaller than 6. Does that make sense? As to why you shade the way you shade it. And you have to follow Rudolph's nose. Okay? Any questions? Okay, let's practice some shading. Okay, if I were to shade this inequality, this is any number that's less than 3. Open or closed?
Open.
Okay, what number do I go to and put an open circle?
3.
So I do an open circle. Do I shade to the right or the left? All numbers less than 3. That would be all of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I use Rudolph's nose. All right, next. All numbers less than or equal to 8. What number do I go to?
Okay.
Open or close?
Close.
So closed circle. Do I shade right or shade left?
Left.
All these numbers that are smaller than 8. Any questions? Okay, next one. You tell me where to go. Closed on, to the right. Good. Any questions? Open where? Show me how I would write this so it looks like, I want it to look like this so I can see it. So I would draw what first? The V. Which way is that? Okay. So now what? Good. Because Rudolph's nose is pointing to the... Okay? Now you give me the inequality for this. Which way is the nose pointing? I'm going to go the same way the nose is pointing. It's a closed circle, so it has to be under here. The mustache, and what number did it start on? There you go. Easy? Okay, let's do another one. Good. Point to the right. It does not have the clothes. It does not have a mustache. Okay? All right. You saw this on your paper. N plus 8 is greater than or equal to 19. Is there a negative sign with the variable? Nope, so we don't have to worry about flipping the symbol. What's the opposite of add 8? So subtract 8. Subtract 8. These 8 cancel. 19, take away 8 is 11. Bring out our symbol and end. Do this in your composition book. Get your composition book out, and you're doing this in your composition book. All right. If I go to shade this, where do I go to? Closed or open? It's going to be closed, right? And which way do I shade, right or left? Mm-hmm. Going to be to the right. Okay? We're going to stop here. I'm going to let you practice shading some inequalities. You're going to get a sheet. It looks like this, okay? And you've got to go on here and shade the inequality. So for this first one, n is less than or equal to -5. Open circle or closed circle? What number do I go to? Okay, so I go here. It's closed because it has the mustache. Do I shade to the right or to the left? All numbers that are smaller than -5. Okay? Number 2. Open circle or closed circle? On what number? Okay? Shade to the... Okay, so you're going to practice shading. That's your job. Okay, you got a couple of these. Now, oh, look at number 10. What's the difference? The variable's on the wrong side, isn't it? So we have to fix that. Because you can't use Rudolph's nose on this one. So we got to get the variable back on this side. So we're going to write V first. See how Rudolph's nose is touching V? So when you rewrite it, Rudolph's nose needs to still be touching V. You see that? See how it's touching? So it still has to be touching when you rewrite it. Now you can graph using this. So I go to -5, close, and shade to the... Because if you use this, you would have shaded to the... And that's wrong. Okay? The variable has to be on the left-hand side. So go to your tips. Then we wrote those tips. Go to your tips. We wrote tips. Let me find mine. There we go. The second tip, variable must be on the left. The left. Okay, so everybody's going to get their sheet to practice their graphing now.